right, so there was technical difficulties. Can you hear me now? All right, so that was technical difficulties. I am so sorry. I apologize. IAAH Radio Plus and YouTube. I wanted to thank you all again. I'm going to start it over. I wanted to thank you all again and let you know I really appreciate you coming to my channel every Saturday at 3 o'clock for Know Your Truth Real Talk. Last week was Legal Matters. So thank you for joining me, your host, TV radio host, Judge Desire for Knowledge, for Know Your Truth Real Talk. Today, my subject is a great subject. This one's for you guys. Last time on Know Your Truth Real Talk, I did drama queens versus strong women. And it came out pretty good. I had a lot of viewers for that, and I hope you all like this one as well. Again, I apologize for the delay, but I'm not going to let anything stop me at this point. Never ever, because the message got to get out there. And so thank you again. Like, subscribe, and share. So we're going to start because we're a little off today. And as I said, I apologize. Happy Saturday, mi amores. I hope your Saturday is great. This is a nice, balmy 68 degrees out here in the mountains, but cloudy. So I'm going to probably go outside and grill, but in case I don't, I will be grilling tomorrow. And we're going to start this topic on Know Your Truth Real Talk. And that topic is strong men versus weak men. All right, fellas, it is about you now. So girls, come on in, get your popcorn. It's their turn. Why weak men blame and strong men build. And there's a big difference. So in case you didn't know which one it was, guys, which one are you, strong man or the weak energy man? Because I don't like saying weak men or weak women. But that's the title. So I say weak energies because we learn from our weaknesses, right? So we don't stay there. Some of us. So I'm going to start with the definitions. So let's define it right now. A strong man handles his business. It's quite simple. A weak man handles excuses. They're always making excuses, and that's it. Show over. I'm just joking. But either way, it's the truth, right? A strong man handles their business, and weak men makes excuses. A strong man always wakes up and says, what needs to be done? That's how you know. And then the weak energy man wakes up and always, well, not always, but they say, what do I feel like doing today? Because basically they don't have anything organized, not that that means that you're not strong, but they're never getting it together. In other words, like it doesn't matter to them. It's far from their mind. They don't know how to prioritize things in their lives. So that's where you have the weak energy men. And let me tell you, that's the truth. Because if your life is run entirely by how you feel, congratulations, you are now employed by your emotions. And your emotions will actually control you. And those are terrible managers to have in your life, your emotions. So be very careful when you wake up and you get up every day. Think to yourself and say, this is what I'm doing today. Because you started that yesterday. You know what you're going to do. How you're going to make it work. That's what you need to be saying to yourself. So I wanted to start with the excuses Olympics that men, weak energy and strong, usually weak energies does this because strong energies don't make excuses like that. Weak energy men should honestly have their own Olympic Games though. And that's why I created this part and it should be called the Excuse Olympics, blaming everyone but themselves, right? And if you guys, you are upset by what I'm saying, go back and look at the drama queens. The ladies got their hit last time. Those that are drama queens versus the strong women. But they usually blame everybody but themselves. For instance, they'd say stuff like, I wouldn't have been successful. I would have been successful, but my parents, but my boss, but the system, but the economy. It's always something, but Mercury retrograde was in retrograde, and that's associated with communication breakdowns, travel delays, and tech glitches. But that would be an excuse. Like, people fetch for excuses their whole lives. We all have done it. Once we learn we're doing it, we make that change, right, guys? Right, ladies? But this is about you guys, so I'm going to continue talking to you guys. And if excuses were burned calories, weak energy men, they would have six packs, definitely, because they love, most of them love looking great. So we can utilize that. The excuses that they make, if they made enough, the amount of excuses they make, they would have a six pack by now. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, strong men, they don't have time for excuses. They're too busy fixing the problem. And that's where you'll find yourself, whether you're in weak energy or you're a strong man. That's how you're going to know. And ladies, this is how you get to define one. All right. And so we're going to go into discipline versus comfort, which is very hard on some people, especially weak energies. Here's where the two separate, okay? Strong man understands something simple, like you don't get results from what you want to do right away. You get results from what you do consistently. All right, so you don't get results for what you want to do. You get it from consistency, which is true. I've said it to many people that you got to be consistent. Consistency is really important in life for both sexes. But we're talking about guys today, and being consistent in what you say and it matches your words, that's really good. When it doesn't match your words, that's not consistency. That's just talk. Weak energy men love comfort. Strong men respect discomfort, weak men hit snooze about 5 times before they wake up and do what they need to do if it's on their day off. And strong men get up on the first alarm like it owes them money. See, that's how you got to think nowadays. If you want to run a business or whatever, put priorities first. That's how you run it. That's how you become the CEO of your own business and not working for other people. Even most of us have to start that way. It doesn't mean your ending is going to be working for people for the rest of your life. And these are the signs, the steps, the segments to how you can actually start implementing some of these things I've been saying on my shows so that you can get the characteristics of becoming a better version of yourself, being your own CEO. Some people spend so much time on other people's things instead of working on your own. Yes, you have a job, you're getting paid, so you're going to do what you need there. But that doesn't mean that you spend your spare time just talking about it. I'm going to run this, I'm going to own this, I'm going to buy this, I'm going to do this, and you don't do it. No, you can. That's where you take the initiative. That's how CEOs are. That's how millionaires and billionaires become. They didn't sit there, ladies and gentlemen, waiting for it to happen to them. Yeah, some of them were born with it. We're not talking about those people. We're talking about people that actually worked for this. And these are some of the characteristics. If you watch and pay attention on most of my videos, you'll see that those characteristics can bring you a long way. Strong men say, why not right now? And let's be honest, tomorrow is the busiest day in a weak energy man's life. So they're always putting things off. So they'll wait till tomorrow. And a guy starts today would be the strong man. The strong man starts today. The weak energy man says, I'll start tomorrow. You know what I mean? So there's a big difference where a strong man will say, why not right now? That's how the difference is. If I didn't make that clear, I'm going to clarify that now. The weak energy man will say, I'll start tomorrow. The strong one, listen to it. Why not right now? And that's exactly what I was just explaining, that today, we don't look for tomorrow. Today, for the future, yes, but you got to do it today. You can't say, I'll put it off tomorrow, I'm going to go clubbing. Or I'm going to put it off today, I'm going to go date this chick I wanted to be with. Let's just be honest, tomorrow is the busiest day of the week energy man's life, because they always say tomorrow, 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 and tomorrow they have something else to do. This way, they're putting things off. So when you're always putting things off, you're not reaching your goals. You're not getting the consistency. So that discipline and comfort. So that's where you get discipline and comfort. Discipline is what a strong man does. And comfort is what weak energy men do. They're comfortable, they stay there, and then they make excuses later of why they didn't get to the place they need to get to. Now, let's talk about accountability. Let's talk about the two hardest words for a weak energy man to say. We'll know what those words are, ladies and gentlemen. And please like, share, and subscribe. But those words are, I was wrong. And it is for some women, but we're talking about men today, right, guys? Um, you would think that those words would require a permission or something because they can't say it. You know, basically, they act like it's needed for approval from Congress. It's not that hard to say when you was wrong. All right, you don't need to not tell yourself, keep telling yourself lies. When you keep doing that to yourself, you're not consistent at all. Strong men say it quickly. They always will say that when they're wrong. Usually they apologize for it, and weak men avoid it like a bill collector. So there's the difference between that. Um, Here's where a weak man avoids it like a bill collector. Instead, they say things like, well, technically, blah, blah, blah. I mean, if you look at it this way, blah, blah, blah. So they're always making these excuses. That's not what I meant. When you hear these things in a conversation, you know that that person is weak energy because they're not really going to do it. Believe me, if you're dating one or you are that man, that fella, that guy, then stop making those excuses and start looking in the mirror. I have shows on that. Look in the mirror. I'm not perfect, but if I didn't take these steps, I wouldn't be at that place right now. What you're talking about, Willis? I'm talking about real stuff. I know you guys out there may not be happy, but go see Drama Queen. I was just as hard on them, and I had to come out on you guys too. It's only fair, okay? Fair and just, and I look for justice. Um, just sometimes it's hard for the people to say, man, I messed up. So just say it. You messed up. It's not that hard sometimes. Actually, it's hard if you're weak, though. It really is. If you're weak, it's going to be hard for you to say you messed up. Sometimes you don't even want to hear it that you've messed up. And who hasn't? I mean, we're human. We're all going to do it. And that's where you learn when you acknowledge it. When you don't acknowledge it, that's when you're not learning, you're not building, you're not going to grow. I was saying in the bio of this show, Know Your Truth, Real Talk, on this topic, that there are men that are builders and men that are destroyers. And this is a part of recognizing it. Destroyers will destroy everything surrounding them, themselves, the people they meet, their relationships, their workplace, their work, everything, their careers. And then you got the builders that they build everything, the total opposite. So this is what I was talking about, as you'll see in these segments that I'm doing. The next one is called relationships. Now let's take this into relationships now, and now it's going to get there, all right? Relationships are very important because we have relationships at work. We have personal relationships and family relationships, right? A strong man in a relationship, they take responsibility. For instance, he protects as much as he respects. He provides, he shows up. Those are great qualities to have. Whereas a weak energy man, he plays game like he's in the playoffs. Right or wrong? Come on, guys. Let's just talk about it. You love games, sports, and some of you take it literally. You get the silent treatment. You give half truths. Commitment issues longer than your grocery receipt. So you have commitment issues. Most of the men usually do. They don't want to commit, you know? And we know why that is, because you're waiting for the next one. So you try not to be committed with the one you're with now because you want to see if something better is coming along. How about you get better? Because you waiting for the better person, it's just going to keep going round and round and round. So this is where your commitment issues are. You keep waiting for the next person to be a better woman than you have already, and it may not be, or it might. But the whole point is, what about taking care of you? What about you becoming the best version of yourself? A strong man will say, I got you, right? And a weak energy man says, well, we'll see what happens. Translation, I'm here until something easier shows up. That's the whole ideal. I was just explaining that. Yeah, it's not just about a female, a date, or a better person in when making a commitment. It could be a commitment to anything, a job, personal, family, whatever. You're always going to say until something easier is not better. It's easier for you because if you can control the situation, the narrative, you would take that because you're a weak man. Strong men don't have to do that. Strong men stand up. Mistake is made, they learn from it. So let's get into ego versus confidence. Sports is a man's novella. Oh yeah, good one. I love me some Spanish novelas. I be watching them, and when I can't remember the word, because every dialect in novelas. Thanks for that statement. In different Latino groups, the dialects are a little different. I know no one knows about it, but we say things different in each group of Latinos. For instance, when I say group, because we're all one, Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, Salvadorians, we all have our own dialects to certain things. Let's just say street slang, maybe it should be called, but sometimes I'd have to put up the subtitles because I'm like, okay, I'm listening to a Mexican show, I'm gonna make this short, and I don't know what that word is, but yet I speak Spanish. It's because of the dialect or the slang is different. All right, thank you for that. All right, let's move on. So we're moving on to ego versus confidence. Let me break something down real quick about that. Strong men have confidence, all right? Confidence is quiet. Don't forget it is. And weak energy men have ego. Ego is loud. They like to be seen, and it's usually wrong. Strong men walk into a room already knowing who they are and make the difference, while weak energy men talk over people. They walk in, they start talking. Talking, talking, talking. Strong men don't have to because people listen when they speak. So when they come into the arenas, you're going to know a strong man versus a weak energy man just by that. Because the difference here is they already know who they are, strong men, and they make differences happen. Weak energy men talk over people and they want to be known, want to be heard, but they're not heard. So they continue to try to be the one in control of being heard. And strong men don't have to do it. People do listen to them when they speak. Um, and the hard truth here is the part nobody wants to hear. You are not born a strong man, you build it. Okay, guys? You do. Daily, through choices, through discipline, through doing things you don't want to do over and over again. And that's consistency, whether it's good things or learning from the mistakes. You have to keep doing it until you get it right. That's how you learn. And those that don't want to do that, that that's when you have a weak energy. You are as I said, you're not born strong. So we all have to learn this. Some of us, well, good luck to you if you were born that way. That's great. Bless you. But most of us aren't. And so we have to learn this to change our energies from negative to positive, right? So I'm just going to make it clear that every strong man you admire, at some point he was weak, okay? You see them now either in your life, on in TV land, on YouTube, wherever. At one point in his life, he was weak. Just like I said, myself, in one point in my life, I was weak. And if you continue to stay in that persona, then you will remain there. But if you choose to listen, learn, and change and be consistent in change, then you will definitely come out of that weak energy, okay? The difference is with men, when you admire that man that was actually weak but learned how to be strong, the difference is he got tired of his own excuse. So that's what I wanted to say. Sometimes you're going to get tired of your own excuses you're making. You're going to sit down and someone nice will probably tell you, listen, all I've ever heard from you is excuses, but I haven't seen any action. How about that one? And a real friend would tell you that. And sometimes we lose friends when we be real with them. And I'm going to continue to lose friends just like most people that are real. And lose subscribers, lose followers. You know what? Because we don't care. We're not going to lie to make you feel good about yourself. You have to do that for yourself. Just like I have to do it for myself. I'm not waiting for somebody to make me feel good. I'm going to make myself feel good, because I love me and you love it. That's called self-love, self-care, And with that, that makes you the stronger person. Because if you're sitting there waiting for someone to do it for you, you're going to wait forever. And because no one's really going to do it for you. Just to wake you up on that one. And yeah, people don't care. A lot of strong people, male and females, we don't care if we don't have followers or subscribers and things like we have strength, and that alone will lead us to, because once you tell the truth about things, people will start denying the truth and saying, oh well, I don't believe that, let me just unsubscribe, let me not listen to her radio show anymore, because that's not what I believe. And it's okay, we all have a choice in our lives, but if I'm going to keep it real and facts, I'm not here to pacify it for you, and neither is anyone else that's real or strong, you should say. We're not going to pacify it to make you feel good, because that becomes narcissistic and egotistical. And there's a lot of narcissists out here that would like that, but we're not giving it to you. How about that one to make it short? Uh, I like that because I see it a lot on social media, which is why I'm not on there all the time unless I really like someone, what they're stating that's positive enough for me to like. And I do give shout outs to people that I believe deserve it. I'm not going to go there and say, well, I don't like the way this girl look or this guy look, and oh well, they think they're so cute. No, that's all for little girls and little boys. When you're a man and a woman, you don't think like that. You've grown already. That's for kids. Toys are for kids, and let them. They need time to grow up. And so, with that being said, this is why I brought these the content that I'm bringing in is to help us see our growth for what it is. If we're not growing, then we grow with it. I'm doing, like I stated, I'm doing my own content through work experiences. What I see at work is relationships, as you know, and also other people's relationships, personal relationships, everything that I've seen. I put it together in content so that we can help each other, because I needed to see for myself what I was negative at, what I was not high vibrating at. Like, I don't want to be one of those people that people don't want to be around unless I was so good at being real that they didn't want to be around me. But being negative, also people don't want to be around you either, right? So who wants to be of a low vibe? You want to help other people get through whatever situations they've been through. We can't help the world, but we can help that one person. And that's what, when you get on social media, that's what you should be doing, helping other people smile. Some people do it with entertainment, but some people make ridiculous stuff and they consistently stupidity. No, we're here to laugh, but don't make it so stupid. Yeah, those are the ones that get the likes, not laughter. I'm saying stupidity. That's different from having fun. Stupidity is stupidity. But as you notice, and if you watch, you're going to see that on social media a lot, that they do have more subscribers, likes, and followers when it's more not entertainment and funny, but stupidity. That's what it is now. We're getting what did I call it? Dumbed down. We're now dumbed down. So I'm not, but most people are. And it's sad to see them like this. So I try to bring content that helps us all grow together, because I'm still growing. No one's perfect. And I don't mean in height, I'm tall enough. But I mean in personality and character, all those things. So when I was talking about weak, the difference is once you get tired of it, and I have gotten to that point, and I hope people that bring weak energy to the forum get tired of themselves too. So only for change, nothing else. So today, fellas, ask yourself one question. All right, when life gets hard, and it does, do you step up or do you step back? Let me know in the comments, because at the end of the day, the world doesn't separate men by opinions. It separates them by results, okay? And that's the truth. Strong men build and weak energy men blame. And that is the difference. And that's real talk. So like I was saying when I started this, just look at it as the builder and the destroyer. Who are you? Are you going to build your family, your career, your future, your legacy, your marriage, your relationships, or whatever it may be? Or are you a destroyer? Are you going to destroy everything around you? Your business, yourself, your mind, your relationships, your marriage, your dreams to become a CEO? Are you going to destroy it? That's up to you to think about, folks, and I hope you do. Men, I didn't have that much for you, so this ends here. That's what I could think of because I'm coming from a man's mind and I don't have that, but I tried my best. When it comes to females, I'm real good at that one. Sorry, ladies, but I have to shout out the things that you all do, including myself, that I have done. I'm not just going to point fingers. And so with men, it's pretty short. If you guys know of stuff for men that you want me to shout out, please feel free to put in the comments. When you see this video, email me, get my information there, and send me, and I might just put it. So I'm glad you all listened to me today on this show, Know Your Truth, Real Talk. Today, IAAH Radio Plus, thank you. They do have the greatest DJs and music. I was listening on Thursday night to DJ Buggin' Heart. He was going off. And there's a lot of DJ 5 a.m., the CEO of IAAH Radio Plus. Go check that channel out, guys. It's called IAAH Radio. I'm Radio Plus because of the different segments, different genre is on the plus. But without the plus, the IAAH radio, you're going to get house music and all that stuff. But we put it all together out here for you. All right, the best DJs and the best music in town. Thank you for allowing me, IAAH radio. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you. Thank you. I hope I did a great show. Thank you. I hope someone here heard it, got it. Subscribe, like, and share it. I'm wishing you all a great weekend and a great Resurrection Day. Most of us call it that. Some call it Easter tomorrow. And enjoy it with your family, by yourself. Even if you don't have a family, it's okay. You have you, right? We got to learn loving ourselves and knowing how to be by ourselves sometimes. Because that's how it's going to be in the end, huh? We came out alone, we'll be alone sometimes, and it's okay. Appreciate what you have today because you don't know, you know? But I wish you all a happy Resurrection Day and or Easter or even Passover, whatever it is for you, all right? Stay safe. Don't gobble too much. I try not to. I will be grilling. Go check my grilling with me, Judge Desire for Knowledge, on YouTube. I will be putting them up. I'm behind. I have 2 that I haven't uploaded yet. And then tomorrow I'm going to be grilling my Easter dinner because I choose to. I love grilling. So I'm bringing you the truth and nothing but the truth on Know Your Truth Real Talk with me, your host, Judge Desire for Knowledge, is now adjourned. And I'll see you next week, mi amores. Always shine, all right? I'll see you then. Ciao.